Hello guys and welcome back to my channel, Old School Gunner. How are y'all getting on out there? I'm very good. Del by Gunner TV is up as early as myself I see this morning. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for your continued support on my channel, all your likes, your subscribes and your comments. I really appreciate it. I'm pushing on for monetization, not that far away now. So smash the like in this video for me. Comment in the comment section below. I'm going to do an international roundup, football news, and I'm going to hit everything in between. And we'll see how we go. A very early morning here in London. I was working late last night. Up early now. Del by Gunner TV. I'm just going to put up. It's already up there. What's a crack, boy? I'm good, man. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good. Hard working away. I'm just going to put that up there, guys. If you haven't already, check out his channel. Like his videos. And if you're subscribing to his channel, the handle is up there, right? Del by Gunner TV. Make sure you click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time he uploads content. I see he uploaded yesterday. He's uploading a lot of quality content right now. You don't want to miss out on that. Do yourselves a favor, guys. He's been talking to me about collaborations and stuff. I'm going to get back to him on that. Basically, I have time up until maybe like afternoon till 3. Just work, other things, getting in the way of that. But yeah, sometimes I have the whole day off, but then again, it's good for me afternoon until 3, maybe 4. That's kind of my area there now when I have those days off. So if we can do a couple of collabs, you come on my channel, I go on yours, all good. You know what I mean? All right, let me just do a couple of things here, guys, before I get into it. Of course, there's been a lot going on in international football. But for me, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I've been covering that a lot recently. The whole situation with us letting him go on a free. Absolute brainless from Arteta. Just absolute stupidity letting a player like him go. Makes absolutely no sense to me anyway, letting him go on a free. And there you go, guys. He was the same player he always was. The talent, the ability, the quality. And we just let him go like that. It doesn't make much sense to me anyway, letting a player of his ability go. It is what it is, you know. But I mean, letting a player like that go, Aubameyang on a free, doesn't make sense. I mean, who would do that in their right mind? I mean, how many people would actually let a player like him go? It just doesn't make any sense. Let me just do something quick there, guys, and then I'll be back into it. I'm going to do an international roundup, a football roundup. And maybe I'll talk about the whole Aubameyang thing again, just to bore people absolutely out of their minds. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, there you have it. All right, guys, I'm back. Comment coming in there from Del by Gunner. Do we now need to sign up Laka? Yeah, his contract is ending soon. I wouldn't sign him, to be honest. I wouldn't give him a contract or re-sign him. His contract is expiring. I honestly would do a complete change. The back four, I think, is good. Our goalkeeper is fantastic. Maybe Tomiyasu could be replaced. Yeah, maybe on that side we need strengthening. Cedric has done okay when he's come in. But the goalkeeper, the back four, decent enough. The midfield needs strengthening. We definitely need a DM, a defensive midfielder in there. And maybe now we can deal with our striker situation. We have Martinelli, but we definitely need to sign 2 more strikers. Competition for places is always positive. Laka, I wouldn't give him a new contract or anything like that. I would just ease him on out of the club. We already lost Aubameyang due to Mikel Arteta's absolute stupidity. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I wouldn't give him a new contract, little boy. I mean, he's pushing on. He's a fair age. I just want to be up for it myself, to be honest. That's my own opinion on it. I don't think it makes much sense. With all due respect to Lacazette, he put in a shift this season, and he made me eat my words. And he did put in a real shift for Arsenal this season. He's put himself about. He's got in there. He's got stuck in, and he's been determined, and he's been up for it, up for the challenge, a bit of fight, a bit of spirit, and it goes a long way. But I wouldn't re-sign him. We should just leave him go. Simple as. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. And let's get straight into it. International football roundup and football news. Summary of it, guys. Wales beat Austria to set up a final playoff against either Scotland or the Ukraine. European champions Italy got knocked out of the World Cup qualifying by North Macedonia. Portugal will face North Macedonia in the playoff final on Tuesday after beating Turkey. Scotland denied 7th successive win by late Poland penalty. It's incredible when you watch this Italian team that won the Euros with this new style of football and refreshing youngsters on the pitch. And now that they have a nightmare in the qualifiers, 27 shots against Bulgaria. They missed penalties in both games against Switzerland, 32 shots to 4 against North Macedonia. This is a team that takes 1,001 shots but is lacking a number 9 worthy of their play. Italy were a side that were as compact and known for always being in the game and having some swagger. But today we saw a young side who didn't seem to impose themselves on the game. Insigne is a big player, but as the going got tough, he wasn't there. Neither was Ciro Immobile, who was overthinking every kick. Yeah. And when he was overthinking, it was wasting time. Italy joined Greece, Denmark, and Czechoslovakia as the only nations to win the Euros and then failed to qualify for the World Cup. Mancini set for a Manchester return. Apparently, Italy's failure to qualify for the World Cup has seen manager Roberto Mancini's odds dramatically shorten to become the next Manchester United manager. I think Ten Hag at Ajax will have something to say about that, seeing as they're contacting him about that. There's no way Mancini is coming back to Manchester. There's no way he'd manage Man United. I couldn't see that happening. Especially when they're looking into Ten Hag. I think that's a no-brainer. That's my own opinion on that. But yeah, let's keep it going there in the rhythm. Oh yeah. All right. Welcome along, like I said, to my channel, guys. I'm pushing for monetization. I'm getting very close right now. So anybody that wants to check out my channel, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you play my old school gunner playlist and bring me that a little bit closer. I hope you're enjoying this live stream. Just check something else. Yep. And yeah, I was having a couple of Wi-Fi problems there a while ago, but it seems to have cleared itself up, thankfully. Italy's last World Cup knockout match was a 2006 World Cup final, and it will now stay that way until at least 2026. That's crazy. That's going to be 20 years. How could they go from being in the Euro final last year, beating England in the final, deservedly being European champions, to this? That's crazy. Chiellini, we are destroyed and crushed. Italy 0, North Macedonia 1. For those of you that don't know, guys, they're out of the World Cup. North Macedonia are going to the playoff final against Portugal on Tuesday. They lost 1-0 with a goal in injury time in the 92nd minute. Italy defender Giorgio Chiellini said his teammates are destroyed and crushed after losing to North Macedonia and facing to reach the 2022 World Cup. There was a great disappointment. Even today we played a good game, but we couldn't score. From September to today, we have made mistakes and we have paid for them, said Chiellini. I am proud of a team that has given everything. It is clear that we are destroyed and crushed. A great fight will remain within us. Midfielder Marco Verratti said North Macedonia's late goal was a real nightmare. This group has a great chance at the World Cup. We came from the unbeaten record, so it is difficult to accept what happened tonight, Verratti said. We all know that we have given everything. Now, surely it is time to ask ourselves some questions. The team is getting older, man. The defense, especially. I've got to admit it, though. I didn't see the Italy result going that way at halftime. It was a bit of a smash and grab. Italy haven't conceded a single touch in their own box for the first time in the 2020 World Cup final first half. Yeah. Late last year, it will feel even longer for Italy fans since the days of the likes of Buffon, Cannavaro, Gattuso, Pirlo, Totti, and Del Piero. Italy at the Men's World Cup, 2006 winners. Of course, they cheated France and Zidane out of it. 2010 group stage exit, 2014 group stage exit, 2018 did not qualify, 2022 did not qualify. That's all you need to know about that, guys. Who would have thought we'd be seeing the likes of this again on the front page of an Italian national sports newspaper? Corriere dello Sport's headline roughly translates as "into hell, all'inferno." Oof. End of the road for Chiellini. Could it be the end of him? At 37 and having previously retired from international football, it is hard to see too many more opportunities for Giorgio Chiellini to play for the Azzurri at another major tournament. That's going to be at least another 4 years now. He's 37 already. Italy miss out again. It is just 8 months since Roberto Mancini's Italy side celebrated beating England at Wembley to win Euro 2020. But the European champions will not be at the World Cup finals again. The hosts had 32 efforts on goal against North Macedonia, but only 5 were on target. Say no more about it. A few people tuning in there now. Arsenal Alex tuning in. Sorry about that, man. I was just reading the all news about the Italy, that debacle last night. Italy against North Macedonia. I was just reading the news there, man. Morning to you too. I hope you're keeping well. Guys, if you haven't, check out this man's channel, Arsenal Alex. Like his videos. Comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to his channel, and make sure if you subscribe, you click on the notifications bell. It's as simple as that. He has recently done a video, I think now it's 16 hours old, it was like yesterday, about Tammy Abraham. Chances are he could be coming to Arsenal for 100 million. Alex was the first to get on that. He's done a video about it. He's covered it. So check out his channel, Arsenal Alex. Also check out his Instagram handle. It's Arsenal Alex 1. All right, the number 1. So check it out and do yourselves a favor. Old school. Would you take Mancini at Arsenal? I would. That's a good question. Absolutely. Reports he's might be coming back to Manchester to manage United. I'm sure Ten Hag will say something about that. I don't think that's going to be. But coming to Arsenal, I would take him. Absolutely. Anything's an improvement on Mikel Arteta. Early stream, wow. Yeah, the second one. I already done one earlier, 20 minutes. Del Boy and Alex bigging each other up. I was just having a coffee before I hit the shops. My son's birthday tomorrow, plus going to Mexico on the 6th. Ah, nice. I'll be going to the Premier Inn on the 8th, start the new job. You'll be over in Mexico. I hope you'll be thinking of me as you're walking around on the beach. Italy out is madness. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, let me just go over it there now again. Check this out, Alex. In 2006, Italy were winners. In 2010, they went down in the group stage. In 2014, they went down in the group stage. 2018 and 2022 did not qualify. Say no more about it. But Mexico sounds good, Alex, man. I'm actually jealous. Of course, I was in South America myself last year for 6 months. I can't believe that was last year. But I was there for 6 months, and it was like an escape from reality. Now I'm back. And yeah, tough times getting back into a working life. I'm going to be honest, after 6 months out doing nothing. But there you go. I'm getting back into it slowly. All smiles in Cardiff, of course. Wales getting through. But there was a few sad and stunned faces at the Stadio Renzo Barbara in Palermo yesterday. All the Italian players dropped to the ground. I mean, it was pretty much... for him. Going on about Wales now. Maligned Real Madrid star proves Wales' saviour again. Wales 2, Austria 1, guys. Wales have made it through to the playoff final. It's either going to be Scotland or Ukraine for Wales. If Scotland get through, it would be a very interesting one. Viva Gareth Bale, the song with which Wales fans serenade their captain, includes a line about he supposedly faked a back injury to avoid being called up to Team Great Britain squad for the 2012 Olympics. It's why these supporters noted with some amusement that it was the same part of Bale's body that was blamed for his absence from Real Madrid's squad for last Sunday's defeat against Barcelona. This was the latest in a long line of injuries which have blighted Bale's time in Spain, and for the country's football media, the latest betrayal. He may have won 4 Champions League, 2 La Liga titles, and a truckload of other trophies at Real, but according to some in Spain, Bale's inaction for his club and his continued heroic service to his country makes him a parasite. Bale is a parasite, you know what I mean? He's a scumbag. That's my opinion. A rat. Barry Doyle in with a comment, what players you like for Everton? What Everton players do I like? I actually don't know any of the Everton team, I'll be honest with you. But let me have a look. Not being ignorant, yeah. Sorry there, guys. I just have a friend from Switzerland texting me. He was meant to be coming to London, but no, he won't be. What players do I like for Everton? Yeah, not being ignorant, man, but I actually don't know. I don't know any of the players in the Everton team. But let me check. I'm all about the Arsenal myself. You know what I mean? The AFC. But let me check. Everton. What players do I like from them? Let me see. Who did I have? Dele Alli? Nah. Richarlison? I like him. I think he's a good player. Calvert-Lewin? Great player. Pickford is a fantastic goalkeeper. You have Solomon Rondon. Isn't he the Venezuelan? Yeah, Venezuelan from Caracas, London. Obviously, I like him. My wife is from Venezuela, so I'll big up him. Iwobi, of course, former Arsenal. We wouldn't touch him though. Seamus Coleman, yeah, Irish player, the captain, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of good players I like there. Coleman, Rondon, and just Townsend is not a bad player. Pickford, of course, but we have Ramsdale. We don't need him. Dele Alli, Richarlison, yeah, good player. So that's basically it, my friend. I hope that answered that for you. I hope my answer at the start didn't sound too ignorant. Alright, let's get back into it. Yeah, big up there, Alex, man. You have a good day too. You have a good day too, and take it easy, yeah? Take care of yourself. Enjoy your day shopping. Enjoy your son's birthday tomorrow, and think positive and look forward to that trip to Mexico. That's what I would be doing if I was you, man. It's been a tough time recently for everybody, the last 2 or 3 years. So yeah, I know you've had a holiday in between anyway, recently. But yeah, look forward to that trip to Mexico, man. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time. Enjoy it, and all the best, yeah. And have a nice day. And take it easy. Smash my playlist if you can. Anybody watching this, smash my old Skool Gunner playlist out of sight, man. Have a good day, Alex. And see you later, man. Peace. All right, let's get back on with it. Thank you for tuning in, Alex. I appreciate it. Vintage Bale inspires Wales. Wales 2, Austria 1. How good was Gareth Bale last night? He barely gets a look in these days at Real Madrid. Yeah, because he's a parasite. But he scored 2 brilliant goals in a vintage display to take Wales a step closer to qualifying for their first World Cup. Since 1958 with victory over Austria in their playoff semi-final. Austria's Christoph Baumgartner hit the crossbar in the 5th minute before Bale's majestic free kick sparked ecstatic celebrations for an already thunderous home crowd in Cardiff. Wales's captain struck again early in the second half, shooting beautifully on the turn from a short corner. Marcel Sabitzer's deflected shot brought Austria back into the game, and although the visitors exerted sustained pressure, Wales stood up to the challenge with a stoic defensive display. What an evening! Wales safely passed Austria, set up a final playoff against either Scotland or the Ukraine. But what about European champions Italy? Roberto Mancini's team will not play in the 2022 World Cup after being stunned by North Macedonia in their playoff in Palermo. Elsewhere, Portugal keep their hopes alive of reaching the 2022 World Cup as they beat Turkey. They're crazy. You'd have to wonder, right? But yeah, madness. Oh yeah. It's disgusting. They should be ashamed. Bale silences critics to send Wales to brink of World Cup. Yeah, he'd know all about disgusting, wouldn't he? The maggot. Alright. Maligned Real Madrid star proves Wales' saviour again. Gareth Bale was the world's most expensive player when he joined Real Madrid from Tottenham for $85 million in 2013. Viva Gareth Bale, the song with which Wales fans serenade their captain, includes a line about how he supposedly faked a back injury to avoid being called up to the Team Great Britain squad for the 2012 Olympics. It's why these supporters noted with some amusement that it was the same part of Bale's body that was blamed for his absence from Real Madrid's squad for last Sunday's defeat against Barcelona. When he was pictured smiling while training at Wales this week, days after missing El Clásico, Spanish newspaper Marca's front page headline was sarcastic. He doesn't hurt anymore. Bale has played 2 hours of football in 6 months for Real and made just 2 appearances since the last international window in November. But on Thursday, he was Wales' saviour once more. It was written. In a must-win, one-off World Cup playoff semi-final at home to Austria, Bale scored 2 magnificent goals to inspire a 2-1 victory and burnish his legend. His first, a stunning free kick, sparked delirious scenes at a packed and emotional Cardiff City Stadium. His celebration and impassioned roar and grab of his Wales badge matched the goal. Was there more to his scream for the television camera than pure joy? Was there a message there for his critics in Spain? I don't need to send a message, he told Sky Sports. I don't need to say anything. It's a waste of my time. But he did then add, it's disgusting. They should be ashamed of themselves. I am not fussed. End of. I can hit a free kick if I am able to play. It was nice to see it go in. Such moments had become rare for Bale in a Real Madrid shirt. Wales' fans needed no reminding of their icon's propensity for outrageous, match-changing moments. This may have been his first international goal from a free kick since Euro 2016, but it was his 37th for Wales in total, extending his record as the country's all-time leading scorer in men's football. It is what it is. And just to emphasise the fact that he is still capable of greatness, Bale added a stunning second, taking the ball in his stride and unleashing a powerful strike into the far corner. Wales, they're going well. Thanks to him, they got through. A lot of international friendlies on today, guys. Luxembourg are playing Northern Ireland. Latvia are playing Kuwait. Zambia are playing Congo. Liechtenstein are playing Cape Verde. Norway are playing Slovakia. South Africa are playing Guinea. Malta are playing Azerbaijan. Romania are playing Greece. Andorra are playing St. Kitts. Bosnia-Herzegovina are playing Georgia. San Marino are playing Lithuania. France are playing the Ivory Coast. And that's basically it. Say no more about it. Let me look up here. Brazil trashed Chile in World Cup qualifier as Uruguay and Ecuador secure places. Let me look through Italy. The football scam that took Ericsson to North Korea. Notts County and the con man, following your team through a football scam. Russell King was the fraudster between the 2009 Notts County takeover. That's one for another day. We're reading that crap. Bowley Consortium says it has made Chelsea shortlist. Consortiums involving Sir Martin Broken and Todd Bowley both made shortlist. The consortiums involving ex-Liverpool chairman Sir Martin Broughton and Los Angeles Dodgers co-owner Todd Bowley have made a shortlist of bidders to buy Chelsea. Representatives of the groups have told the BBC. Around 6 groups are thought to have lodged a bid for the Premier League club before last Friday's deadline. A shortlist has been established before a preferred bidder is announced. On Thursday, the Saudi media group said it had not made the shortlist. Another frontrunner, the Ricketts family, who own the Chicago Cubs, are still awaiting an update on their bid. Broughton's consortium includes London 2012 chief and current World's Athletic president Lord Coe. US businessman Bowley's bid is part of a consortium that also includes Swiss billionaire Hans-Jörg Wyss. Chelsea have been granted a special license by the UK government to continue operating after owner Roman Abramovich was sanctioned for his alleged links to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russian billionaire Abramovich is seeking $3 billion for the sale, but the proceeds will go to a charitable foundation or a frozen account with approval from the government. Any sale must be signed off by the Premier League's owners and directors test, known as the Fit and Proper Persons test. It is understood bids are being assessed on their valuation of the club, their working capital commitment, their source of funds, sorry about that, guys, just trying to text it for people. All right. Injury time Poland penalty denies Scotland. Kieran Tierney's first Scotland goal looked like being enough to earn a consecutive victory. Scotland were denied a deserved 7th consecutive win after a controversial 94th minute penalty earned Poland a friendly draw at Hampden. Kieran Tierney's stooping header looked to have made the difference on a night when they had been set to face Ukraine in a World Cup playoff semi-final. But Krzysztof Piatek crashed home late on from the spot and after a slight nudge in the box to deny Scotland. The penalty puts a little downer on it, said head coach Steve Clark. We didn't look like conceding. We had good control of the game and we had a lot of good work tonight. It is a penalty decision for a friendly game. It was soft. There's a lot to be pleased about. We'd have loved to have gone 7 wins in a row, but it keeps the unbeaten run going. Scotland will attempt to stretch that run to 8 matches when they play a friendly in Austria on Tuesday. And if they can beat Ukraine when their delayed semi-final is played, they will face Wales in Cardiff with a place at the 2022 World Cup at stake after they beat the Austrians 2-1. On a night of consequence across Europe, it would have been easy to lose Scotland amid the gravity of it all. When this date was first marked on calendars a month ago, the heart of every Scotland fan would have fluttered with the excitement of a kid on Christmas Eve. Ukraine were the opposition, a shot at a World Cup playoff final, the prize for both. Since the world has changed due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, with that semi-final postponed and a friendly with Poland shuffled in instead, leaving 8 other countries left to it for now. Pre-match, the Hampden lights were dimmed and 15 beams in the centre of the pitch pulsed blue and yellow, with £10 from each ticket sold going to UNICEF's appeal in Ukraine. But when the action started, it was the Scots who illuminated Hampden. This is a team who under Clark were coming of age, and it was the imperious showing of 2 young men at the heart of it. Patterson has played 45 minutes at football at Everton this year, but he was inspired in the darker blue of his country. A threatening burst 10 minutes in unlocked the Polish defence, and the crowd's excitement only for a tame shot to follow. Later in the half, he would have a shot thwarted which would pull a trigger, scramble in the box, with the defender going close again amid a rock of bodies and shots flying. In the middle of the park, Billy Gilmore pulled the strings and showed his class. So much so, his recent lack of game time at Norwich City seems a mystery. Against a robust and experienced Polish side, the Chelsea loanee was composed in possession and clinical with his passing. He too had a shot in that earlier melee, while a quite remarkable acrobatic goal line clearance after the break brought Hampden to its feet. Despite talisman Robert Lewandowski starting on the bench, Poland started brightly. Bartosz Salomon ballooned a header over from 6 yards. At the other end, Scotland's energy was palpable. Che Adams drove a low shot at Lucas Skorupski, who gathered at the second attempt, while Ryan Christie headed over just before the break from a great Patterson cross. Piatek dragged a shot wide early in the second half, but it was Scotland who would kick on. John McGinn, who was captain for the night, darted through on goal after a perfect Gilmore pass. His heavy touch took him past the goalkeeper, who looked to catch the Aston Villa man, but he opted to stay on his feet with the ball running out. The game continued to rage in both directions, with Gilmore's block cancelling on a rare mistake from Scott McTominay in the middle of the park. But within 4 minutes, the Scots turned themselves into a deserved lead. McGinn's perfect delivery from a free kick on the right whipped beyond the sluggish Polish backline. Arsenal's Tierney loitered and arced his body low to crash in an unstoppable header. That looked like being the winner until the dying seconds. Piatek burst past Craig Jordan in injury time, and after the faintest of touches from Grant Hanley, collapsed to the turf. Irish referee Robert Hennessy pointed to the spot, and Piatek thudded his shot straight down the middle to earn a draw. Man of the match, Nathan Patterson. Minutes have been hard to come by for the Everton man, but here he was inspired. It's hard to see beyond him when that World Cup playoff arrives. Scotland gave them a right go. Portugal keep World Cup hopes alive. That man Diego Rota again. They had a really good win over Turkey. Portugal have kept their hopes of reaching the 2022 World Cup alive as they beat Turkey after the visitors missed a late penalty in the playoff semi-final in Porto. Finished Turkey 1, Portugal 3, guys. Diego Jota missed a great chance before scoring Portugal's second goal. First half goals from Otavio and Diego Jota put the hosts in control at Estadio de Dragão in Porto, and they looked to be cruising into the playoff final before Turkey responded. Burak Yilmaz side-footed into the bottom corner with 25 minutes remaining to set up a nervy finish, but then fired over the crossbar from the penalty spot. Matheus Nunes added a third for Portugal in stoppage time to put the game beyond Turkey. Fernando Santos' side denied automatic qualification from the group by Serbia, will now face North Macedonia on Tuesday for the chance to book a place in Qatar. Portugal were no doubt expecting to find Italy waiting for them in their playoff final, but Alexander Trajovski's stoppage time winner earned North Macedonia a shock win against the European champions. These games are finals. Finals are always complicated, said Portugal boss Santos. We won the first one, and now we have to win the second. That's what we're going to focus on. This game is over. Now we have to focus on North Macedonia, which will be a difficult game for sure. If they manage to beat Italy, this means it's going to be very difficult. Hosts make hard work of it. In Porto, the final score made this look like a comfortable win for Portugal, and it would have been if the hosts had capitalised on their dominance earlier in the game. A stretching Jota somehow turned Bruno Fernandes's dipping free kick over the crossbar from close range before Portugal broke the deadlock after 15 minutes. Bernardo Silva struck the post with a low effort and the ball ran across the goal and went into the path of Otavio, who squeezed in from a tight angle despite the best efforts of goalkeeper Orgukan Kakir. Turkey then began to play and had half chances of their own, with Kutlu heading wide at the far post before Portugal doubled their lead. Captain Cristiano Ronaldo started a neat move with a lovely flick, and the hosts worked it well to Otavio, who picked up Jota and the Liverpool forward powered a header into the net. That seemingly put Portugal in command, but they failed to extend their lead when Otavio headed wide in the second half. Against the run of play, Turkey responded. A swift move from the hosts allowed Yilmaz to finish smartly, and the 36-year-old was then presented with a huge opportunity after Jose Fonte caught Enes Unal in the box. A penalty awarded, the referee consulted a pitchside monitor, but Yilmaz leant back and sent his effort sailing over the crossbar before Portugal wrapped up their progression in added time, and Nunes beat the offside trap to finish smartly. Yeah, it is what it is, huh? Maybe hard on Turkey, but the best team went through, no doubt about it. Fernandes close to signing new Man United deal. Brazil trash Chile in World Cup qualifier. Brazil have qualified for every World Cup final since 1930. Vinicius Jr. scored his first international goal as Brazil trashed Chile in their World Cup qualifier at the Maracana Stadium. The Real Madrid players scored either side of Neymar and Philippe Coutinho penalties for the hosts, who had already reached the finals in Qatar. Everton forward Richarlison added a stoppage time for Brazil. Uruguay and Ecuador have also secured automatic qualification for this year's tournament on Thursday. They will join group leaders Brazil and second-placed Argentina, who play Venezuela on Friday at this year's tournament. Uruguay beat Peru 1-0, while Ecuador lost 3-1 to Paraguay. But fifth-place Peru's defeat means they cannot now catch either of them. Peru, Colombia, and Chile will now compete for fifth place and a playoff spot against a team from the Asian Confederation. Yeah, good going for them, huh? Sweden set up Poland playoff final. Sweden won, Czech Republic 0. Injury time goal, extra time in the 110th minute. Robin Quaison's extra time winner took Sweden past the Czech Republic into a World Cup playoff with Poland. Substitute Quaison slotted home after a 1-2 with Alexander Isak. Poland, who got a bye after semi-final opponents Russia, were banned from World Cup qualifying following the invasion of Ukraine, host Sweden on Tuesday with the winner going to Qatar. Manchester United teenager Anthony Elanga came on for his Sweden debut late on at Friends Arena in Solna. It was not a game with too many clear-cut chances, though Isak and Tottenham's Dusan Kulilevski had efforts for Sweden in the first half. In the latter stages of the game, Sweden's Mattias Svanberg headed straight at the Czech goalkeeper from Emil Forsberg's corner. Thomas Peckard could have won it for the Czech Republic in injury time at the end of the 90 minutes when he was unmarked in the box but volleyed wide. Sweden strikers Zlatan Ibrahimovic will be available for the game against Poland, having been suspended for this game. He last played in the World Cup in 2006. Ibrahimovic is still knocking about, huh? Saka to miss England friendlies after testing positive for COVID-19. Bukayo Saka made his England debut against Wales in October 2020. Arsenal forward Bukayo Saka will miss England's upcoming friendlies against Switzerland and Ivory Coast after testing positive for COVID-19. Saka had been isolating from the rest of the squad at St. George's Park since Wednesday. Saka posted on social media he was gutted to withdraw from the squad. I'll be supporting the boys from home this weekend and I can't wait to be back doing what I love soon, he wrote on Twitter. Southampton goalkeeper Fraser Forster was added to a 24-strong squad on Wednesday following Sam Johnson's withdrawal. Johnson had been a replacement for Aaron Ramsdale, who missed out through injury. Arsenal's next Premier League fixture is against Crystal Palace on Monday, 4th of April. England squad goalkeepers Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, Fraser Forster. Defenders Connor Cody, Mark Guehi, Harry Maguire, Tyrone Mings, Derek Mitchell, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Peters, Ben White. Midfielders Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Declan Rice, James Ward-Prowse. Forwards Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Emile Smith-Rowe, Raheem Sterling, Ollie Watkins. Strong enough. Qatar World Cup 2022. Louis van Gaal comments bland, says tournament chief Hassan Al-Tawadi. Qatar 2022 Secretary General Hassan Al-Tawadi will oversee an Arab country hosting the World Cup for the first time. The Secretary General of the 2022 World Cup Organising Committee has responded to Louis van Gaal's bland statement in which a Netherlands boss said it was ridiculous having Qatar as hosts. Van Gaal suggested holding the event in the Middle Eastern country was about money and commercial interests, but Hassan Al-Tawadi said the Arab world deserves the opportunity and will not make any apologies for it. The tournament begins on 21st of November with the final on 18th of December in Doha. The World Cup was moved to winter because of extreme heat during the summer and has been dogged by controversy. Last year, Amnesty International released a report accusing the country of failing to implement its own laws designed to protect conditions for migrant workers. The Qatar government says it rejects Amnesty's assertion. Equality campaign group Kick It Out announced the formation of a working group to look at inclusivity issues in Qatar where homosexuality is illegal. Meanwhile, England boss Gareth Southgate said it is a great shame that some England fans will not travel to the tournament. The Netherlands failed to qualify for the 2019 World Cup but have booked their place for this year. Van Gaal's side faced Denmark and Germany in friendly matches, and he said on Monday, "Now everybody knows that I find that ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we were going to play in a country How does FIFA say it? To develop the football there, to develop it better there. And how are you doing that? By organising a tournament in that country. But it doesn't matter. It's about money, commercial interests. Al-Tawadi responded by telling beIN Sports, for a person who understands the power of football for many years, it is ridiculous he can make such a bland statement. I'm sure he's not spent a lot of time understanding what football means, not only to Qatar but the Arab world. I think it is not a ridiculous notion that an Arab nation hosts the World Cup. It is a time for the Arab world and the Middle East to take a stand with the global football community and to be recognised as such. The passion that we have is unparalleled. Our ability to host major events as a state is unparalleled. This is the testimonials of many people from throughout the entire world, including the Hungary. They recognise our ability and readiness. They recognise the passion, and I think plain and simple, the Arab world deserves its right to be in the sunshine, in the spotlight. We've worked very hard to get to this stage, and I don't think we will make any apologies for it. Interesting. We were going either sideways to Man City or down. Mohamed Salah, no Liverpool deal likely to happen. Michael Owen. Oof. Michael Owen, sure, he doesn't know what's going on. Salah has scored 20 league. Salah has scored 20 Premier League goals for Liverpool this season. Mohamed Salah's options would be going sideways to Manchester City or down. Mohamed Salah's options would be going sideways to Manchester City or down anywhere else if he left Liverpool. Says ex-Red striker Michael Owen. The 29-year-old Egypt forward's deal runs out in summer 2023. He has previously said he wanted to stay, but his future is in Liverpool's hands, while Reds manager Jurgen Klopp has said a new deal is Mo's decision. I'd be very surprised if Mo Salah didn't sign with Liverpool. What are the options at the moment, Owen said. You are only going either sideways to Manchester City or down anywhere else, because there is no one else as good as these two teams in the world at the moment. Let's give everyone time, because these things don't happen overnight. We're talking about one of the biggest clubs in the world and one of the biggest players in the world. That player is about to sign the biggest contract of his life. I think it's entirely normal that negotiations can drag on a little bit, Owen told BBC Sport. You can't give players what they want. Salah joined Liverpool from Italian club Roma in summer 2017 and has scored 153 goals in 239 appearances. He has helped the club win the Premier League, Champions League, League Cup, FIFA World Cup and UEFA Super Cup during his time at Anfield. Owen, who scored 40 goals for England, started his career at Liverpool before spells at Real Madrid, Newcastle United, Man United and Stoke City. Speaking at the launch of IPL Soccer, a new tournament to help British Asians showcase their talents, he believes Liverpool should not break their wage structure to keep Salah. You can't give players what they want. The whole game would be a disaster if that was the case, he said. Liverpool have got to run it as a business. They can't, of course, give any player what they want, because if you do, then there will be lots of other players in the squad that could be knocking on Jurgen Klopp's door saying, well, hang on a minute, if he's on this, then I should be on that. Then the whole structure they built so well over the years would fall apart. I'm sure Liverpool are very sensible. I'm sure Mo Salah and his representatives are all very sensible and understand that. It's just a case of them finding the middle ground, and hopefully everybody will find that quite soon. Mo Salah has got to be thinking about the chances of success in the future. If he's thinking along those lines, then Liverpool ticks that box. It's just a question of whether they tick the box financially as well. The IPL soccer tournament will take place at Derby County's Pride Park Stadium on 8th of May and feature 4 teams from London, Derby, Birmingham City and Leicester City, with British Asian players selected through regional trials and networks. He's going to stay at Liverpool, there's no doubt about that in my mind. So we'll see. Huh? Everton fan who threw bottle at player sentenced. Everton fan who threw bottle at Villa player avoids jail. Matty Cash was struck by the plastic bottle as Aston Villa players celebrated a goal. An Everton fan who threw a plastic bottle at Aston Villa players celebrating a goal has been given a suspended prison sentence. I'm not going to name the guy there. He hurled the object which hit Villa defender Matty Cash in the face at Goodison Park on 22nd of January. He admitted throwing a missile onto the player in common assault. He was sentenced to 8 weeks in jail, suspended for 12 at theft to the Magistrates Court. The court heard earlier that he was seen to raise his hands in celebration when the Lucozade bottle hit the player. The judge described his actions as disgraceful and told him it affects the good name of the club you support. Yeah, that's true. A scumbag. Muppet. Inappropriate behaviour. He said the sentencing was beyond the normal range for the offence because of the circumstances, which could have led to others in the crowd acting in the same way during Villa's 1-0 win in the Premier League. Over recent years, efforts have been made to address inappropriate behaviour at football matches. CCTV has been installed that covers the crowd, yet still this behaviour persists, it seems, he said. Marcella Salter, defending, said this was an act of frustration but was followed with an immediate regret. He was ordered to carry out 100 hours of unpaid work and was handed a footballing banning order for 4 years. He was ordered to pay a £200 fine, £85 costs, and £128 to fund for crime victims. What a muppet. Matt Gould, New Zealand and Nantwich Town goalkeeper's remarkable journey. Matt Gould went on loan from Altrincham to Nantwich Town in October. Goalkeeper Matt Gould's pathway to international football has been far from conventional, just as one might expect given his far-flung family background. His father, Jonathan, kept goal most notably for Coventry City, Celtic, where he was twice a title winner, and Preston North End before heading off to play in New Zealand. His uncle Richard was chief executive both with Somerset and Surrey before taking on the same role at Bristol City. And his grandfather was Bobby Gould, who, aside from scoring prolifically for 8 different clubs and managing Wales, orchestrated arguably Wembley's greatest FA Cup final upset when his Wimbledon crazy gang beat Liverpool in 1988. But Matt now has a tale of his own to match any of his forebears in his sport Matt Gould family. For the last 2 games, and possibly a little longer yet, the part-time on-loan Nantwich Town goalkeeper and Wigan Athletic Academy goalkeeping coach has been in Qatar with the New Zealand squad for their World Cup playoff qualifiers. Called up as a replacement when one of the original squad had to pull out after testing positive for COVID-19, Gould got the surprise nod from the All Whites at the age of 28, a result of the time he spent in the country as a youngster when his dad was player manager of Napier-based Hawke's Bay United. I grew up in New Zealand from the age of 12. It's still a place I called home, said Gould. For me to be able to represent the nation is a very proud moment. I actually first got called up by New Zealand for the under-17s tournament, which was also in Qatar, and just missed out. I got injured and had to pull out, but it's nice that they've kept me in mind all these years. Gould's career began at Cheltenham Town and has so far taken in 2 Scottish clubs, Livingston and Stenhousemuir. FA Cup giant-killing success with Stourbridge Town along with Spennymoor United and Altrincham. But for the last 4 months, Gould has also been doubling up with Wigan, working under Gregor Rioch, son of former Scotland captain Bruce Rioch, as an academy coach. And if he had not been for his lactics flexibility, he would not have been able to take up his place in Qatar. It certainly wasn't expected that any member of the coaching staff might be called up for international duty, he laughs. So I have to thank Gregor for letting me go. Gould loaned out by Altrincham to 7th-tier side Nantwich in October was basking in the glory of keeping successive clean sheets for the Dabbers when he got his latest international call. The first job was to find someone to replace him at Nantwich, who quickly brought in one of Gould's own Wigan charges, 19-year-old Sam Tickle, on a month's loan. Golden headed to Qatar with his father, who has maintained his New Zealand links in between goalkeeping coach roles with West Bromwich Albion, Middlesbrough, Preston, and more recently Bristol. He has so far been on the bench for the 1-0 win over Papua New Guinea, a 4-0 victory over Fiji, which Newcastle United striker Chris Wood scored twice to break his country's international scoring record. Then Thursday's 7-1 win over New Caledonian when Wood by 2 more. It was a privilege just being involved, Skool said. I was really pleased for Woodsy and the whole team, as they're such nice guys. He and Winston Reid are probably the two best known players we have. It's just nice rubbing shoulders with that caliber of player and gives an incentive to go on and try to achieve more yourself. Alright. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that live stream. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you to everyone for your continued support on my channel. All your likes, your subscribes, and your comments. Smash the like in this video for me. Comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think of all that news I covered. The international roundup, Italy bowing out of the World Cup. Man. To North Macedonia. I mean, respect to North Macedonia. A brilliant goal. They never gave up. And when it's at 0-0 in the 92nd minute and they're raiding forward, a cracking finish. Absolutely wonderful strike. Deservedly winning the game. Saying a word about it. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm closing in on monetization, guys. Play my old Skool Gunner playlist if you can. I would really, really appreciate that. Say no more about it. A lot of topics discussed in this video, guys. As simple as that. It is really an interesting time for football. Of course, there's a break in the Premier League right now. I will be doing a watch-along on Arsenal's game against Crystal Palace. A huge game for the club. A London derby. Mikel Arteta against Arsenal legend Patrick Vieira. We'll see how that works out. That is on Monday, April the 4th. I will be doing a watch-along on that game. That is our next Premier League game. So I will be doing a watch-along, the old Skool Gunner. So come join me for that, guys. It's going to be interesting. I will be uploading a lot of content in between. So keep an eye out for that, guys. And great to have you along on this live stream. Very interesting stories to cover. Wales are going through. Portugal are going through. It could be Wales against Scotland, depending how things work out. Poland have a chance of getting through to the World Cup, of course, in Qatar. Don't forget, guys, the World Cup in 2022, this year, is being held in November and December. Because of the extreme heat in Qatar, they're going to have it at that time of the year. The heat over there is just unbelievable for the players. I remember the World Cup in '94, they had to play in the United States. Orlando. I mean, it was hot. Way too hot for the Irish against Mexico. And that's one of the reasons why we lost that game. Not making excuses. The Mexicans, it was a walk in the park. For the Irish, anything but. It is what it is. The World Cup in Qatar, it's definitely going to be interesting. Van Gaal has come out with his comments, of course, like the ignoramus that he is. And with respects to the organisers in Qatar, they have come out with their own comments and put him back in his place. That's football. That's life. Maybe FIFA are doing it for the money, but I honestly think it's a good thing that an Arab country is going to be hosting the World Cup. Time enough for them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of worse things going on in the world right now, like Russia and the Ukraine. So let's try to support each other through football and see what goes on. Van Gaal's comments, whether right or wrong, it's nothing to do with him. So he should stay out of it. Alright, guys, I'm going to knock it on the head there. Like this video, comment in the comment section below, subscribe to my channel, Old Skool Gunner, and see you next time. Smash that playlist for me, guys. Come on, you Gunners. Peace.